This week on NintenDomain, we get sexy.
Yeah, episode 69. Wink, wink.
Wink, wink. Welcome to NintenDomain episode 69. We are your hosts. I'm Trey, Kid Muscle Johnson.
And I'm Jeremy. Can we really play Odyssey? Mikowski.
Yeah, that's what they say. And this is your place for non-stop Switch news and other talk about games that we play that came out before Switch on other systems. Do you want to jump to the news first?
News is a good way to start any podcast.
Yeah, since you just said that anyway. So supposedly, according to Polygon, there's it makes sense, but they're saying that Super Mario Odyssey will be playable at E3 this year, which...
That'd be great.
Yeah, I don't know why it wouldn't be if it's going to come out at the end of the year.
It doesn't look like they're giving it an entire day like they gave Zelda, but we'll see.
They're not saying that this is all they're going to have this time, because I was hoping they would do that.
You're going to be on the Great Mushroom Plateau, but you can't leave it.
Yeah.
Because it's the newest sandbox Mario game.
You're just going to be in New Donk City, but you can't go to any levels. Wouldn't that be weird?
But then it zooms out and you realize you've got an entire continent and that's just one city.
Yeah, that'd be crazy. Well, who knows? You know, I guess, we figured it'd be New Donk City, you can go to stuff through there, but you never know. It could be a different thing.
I heard the word sandbox used, or rather I read it, and I don't know if that's really what Odyssey's going to be like.
Yeah, I mean, it's in the article, it says, like, Mario Odyssey, upcoming sandbox adventure. But that's what the writers are saying, not necessarily what Nintendo's saying. But they said there's going to be an ARMS tournament and a Splatoon 2 tournament, which makes sense. I mean, both of those, will ARMS be out by then, do you think? I don't remember when E3 is exactly. I know ARMS comes out in June. That comes out next month.
Yeah, but E3's at the beginning of June, so...
Yeah, but I don't know if it's coming out.
ARMS released 16th.
Yeah. So, ARMS won't be out yet. So they'll still be pushing that during that stuff.
For sure. That'll be a huge advertised.
Yeah, and I'm sure they'll show whatever 3DS, 2DS stuff they want to show, since they're still kind of pushing that. I guess we didn't... Did we ever get release dates for, like, Miitopia and stuff like that? Those games?
Sure. Did we mention them, or have we gotten them yet?
No, I'm saying... I mean, they were mentioned in the Direct, but I don't think they got actual release dates. The 3DS games. Came out last year in Japan.
July 28th.
Oh, okay.
But that's saying for Europe. I don't know if that's necessarily for us.
It could be around the same time. But yeah, there's that.
What about... Beyond Oasis?
No, it's not Beyond Oasis. Beyond Oasis is the Sega game.
Eternal Oasis?
Ever Oasis. You're close.
I can't believe I forgot what that's called. But there is a release date for that now.
I didn't think it did.
Wait, nope, I'm not seeing one.
Yeah, episode's already gone to hell. Well, anyway, there'll be more stuff that they'll show. I mean, I'm sure they'll give some more release dates, stuff like that for all those games. Speaking of release dates, though, the NBA game, which we saw on the original Switch trailer, got a release date. NBA 2K18 is launching on September 19th, alongside the other versions for other systems. So that's pretty cool if you like basketball.
That is cool.
So there's that. And also, if you like basketball, a little game called NBA Playgrounds came out this week on Tuesday. And I've had a hell of a time trying to get it online.
That's sad, man.
Yeah.
You really want that game. You've been talking about it.
I do want that game, and I want to play it. And my roommate actually wants to play it, too. So he keeps asking me about it. Because Conan's a big NBA Jam guy. He keeps asking me about the game. And I've been, one of our roommates just left, so the internet's been switched around. Like, he took the modem with him. We got a new modem. So it's been kind of iffy. I was able to download like Tumbleseed last week, no problem, because Tumbleseed's not that big of a game. But I think that NBA Playgrounds is probably the biggest game that I've downloaded or tried to download thus far on the system. It's like a 7.5 gig game, whereas like the Neo Geo stuff that I've been getting, it's like 100 megs. So I tried downloading it, and it kept like disconnecting with the internet back and forth. So I got it on a different, like on an Xfinity hotspot, like that you can just connect to, if you have an Xfinity account. And I've been trying to download that, and last night I downloaded all the way to 100%, and then I tried opening the game after that, and it said doesn't have the software, and then it sent me to the eShop, to show me that I already bought the game and I already downloaded the game and all that. So there's nothing I could do. So I went to like re-download, and it re-downloaded it, and that was quicker. And then I tried opening it, and then it said my files are corrupted. So it went through the files of that and said they were all corrupted, so it deleted it. So then I had to start all over again. And I haven't gotten it downloaded since then. But at the same time, it's been, every time I guess I try to re-download it, it's been like making a space in my micro SD card for it. So now I don't even have enough space in my micro SD card left over to download it. So there's like 100 gigs in there of space that it created for the game. So it's been a nightmare for this game. And I'm at the point now that I think I'll never get it, ever. It'll just be $20 that I just had to pay for nothing, just let it float in the ether of whatever. But on the bright side, I did get that Mark of the Wolves game, the Neo Geo game, and that game's really cool. So there was an upside to it. Since that one's so much smaller, I could easily like download it, because it's only like 100 megs. So I could do it with our messed up internet, but I can't seem to get NBA Playgrounds for whatever reason. Unfortunately, I really wanted to do an impressions of it, and let you know whether it's worth buying, because I know that you in particular are divided between that and Minecraft, which also came out today, which weirdly enough came out later than the other stuff. Like they didn't post it until after 5 or so. Like it wasn't up with the other stuff. There's also a weird rhythm game that came out. Can't remember the name of it, but it kind of looks like the At Rhythm game. Looks like the Squaresoft one, but it's not made by Squaresoft. But it looks like another Japanese mobile type game. That one's only like $7, I think. So added like 4 more games on there. But yeah, that's my NBA Playgrounds plight there with the internet. It's been an awful battle. I have it kind of trying to download right now, and it's at like 2%. I even went to like a bar and tried to use their hotspot, and that didn't work either. Well, I mean, it worked. It just was so slow that it took like an hour to get like 10%. It was ridiculous. I couldn't stay there for 100% because they'd be closed, and I would have been kicked out by then. I'd have to stay there till like 6 in the morning to get it downloaded. So hopefully, I don't know. Hopefully it'll, one of these days, if our internet ever gets fixed or we figure out whatever's going on, I'll finally be able to play that game. And I hope it's not like a letdown when I finally get to it. It got a decent review, like on IGN from what I saw, but it looked fun enough for me to play, and I just haven't gotten to it. So that's my extra long NBA Playgrounds news report there.
I've seen people complaining online on the Facebook NVC Facebook group that something's up with the resolution. It's not as nice as it could be, or something like that. But otherwise, it seems like it's a fun arcade style basketball game. Yeah,
it looks like a lot of fun. Another news update from that I found online. They were saying the group was saying that there's supposed to be an update coming to fix all that stuff that people have been mentioning online. It's supposed to improve loading times, and it should come out soon. Maybe it is out. I don't know. I never got the game, so I couldn't tell. But supposedly, on the same thing, they said that Shaq Fu is on its way to Switch. The remake of the Super Nintendo Shaq fighting game, if you remember that.
Because Shaq wanted to go back to the drawing board and make a good game, right?
Yeah, he wanted to go back and make it better, but or make it good, I guess. I have Shaq Fu, actually, and I don't know, I like fighting games, and I'm pretty lenient on them, but I don't think it's very good at all. I couldn't really find any fun out of it from what I played.
You have it on SNES?
I do. I have it on Super Nintendo. It was actually my girlfriend's brother gave it to me because he had it from when he was a kid, I guess. So he sent it. Did they do
was there a Genesis version?
I believe so. I think there was on both systems.
Is it different?
I don't know. I'll tell you,
it's worth checking out.
It's definitely not as good as Michael Jordan Chaos in the Windy City. I think that's a better game. It's a better game because I can at least have fun with that game, But Shaq Fu's just, it's hard to get. It's I don't know. I don't really understand the game, and the mechanics don't seem to work that well. But then again, I've only played it a little bit. But yeah, we have another one heading to Switch, so yay, I guess.
Thank God for that. Thank Shaq, I mean.
Yeah. I saw that NVIDIA's expecting to make some major bank off of the Switch now that it's fairly popular. Said they're planning on making they said NVIDIA's expected to make like $400 million off of the Switch sales.
Oh wow!
Did you see that from RBC Capital Market analyst Mitch Steves? It says predicts NVIDIA's top line may see a boost of $300 million to $400 million in fiscal 2018 just from the sales of Nintendo Switch.
Wow, they must be taking nice little chunk of each sale.
Yeah, well, it says Nintendo's doubling their production of Switch from 8 million to 16 million.
Okay.
So expecting Nvidia to report earnings of 60 cents per share on 1.91 billion revenues. So it's quite a bit. So that's cool, I guess. Good to design a chip for Nintendo's portable system. And
no kidding.
Was it a Ukulele? I saw that Ukulele, the developers of that, they were saying that they're working very hard to fix whatever people complained about on the PS4, Xbox One versions of Ukulele when they bring it to Switch. So by the time that one comes out, I guess there'll be an update, or that'll be an updated version. So
what a time we live in. You don't like a game, so the developers are like, "All right, sorry, dude, sorry. We'll do something about that. We'll change it."
Well, I read somewhere too that Nintendo's been like, asking people to put their stuff out sooner than... Well, that's kind of been a thing, I guess, for this generation, where it's like, put it out whether it's done or not. That's why you see, like, Day 1 edition games and stuff like that on PS4 and Xbox One, where they put out games...
I also think that's just a thing that happens because...
put out a game before it's finished and just keep fixing it as it goes,
Yeah. Every once in a while, you just know a game got rushed, and it's because they have to have a steady stream of releases. Each game company.
Sure.
So at some point along the line, a good game is going to get rushed and made into like a not so good game.
Yeah.
But it's great they can fix that now.
Yeah, unless it's like, unless you fix it too late, like a Layer on PS3, a game with bad motion control, which was fixed later, but by the time it was fixed, nobody cared.
What was that game? Layer?
Layer, yeah. Have you heard of Layer? It actually has some ties to Nintendo. So
no.
it works well for the show. No, Layer was a game that was made by Factor 5, the guys who made Rogue Squadron, and it was a game involving dragons, like where you have basically Rogue Squadron type levels with dragons in it. But you use the 6-axis motion control on the PlayStation controller to control the dragon, and it didn't work very well. So later they came out with a patch to make it to where you could control it with the stick, like you would on normal games. But nobody really cared by the time it came around, and I think they lost a lot of money off of it. And I felt like that was kind of like, in my understanding, that was the end of Factor 5 was that game, or put a big dent in their company because they put a lot of money into it and it didn't sell. So
you said it was a PS4 game?
It was a PlayStation 3 game. It was a PlayStation 3 launch game that launched with their motion control, with the 6-axis motion control. And it's played so badly that it kind of just, it tanked. But then way later, they released an update that made it playable to try to get people to get onto it. But by that time, nobody cared anymore. There you go. Layer.
That's sad. That's a sad story.
Yeah. But what's not...
But going back and playing it, it's worth it now, right? Maybe.
Yeah. I think Conan has a copy of it, but I never played... Yeah, I never played the... Actually, no, I think I might have played a little bit. I played a little bit of the fixed version, but I still didn't think it was that good, even with stick control. It was no, like, Rogue Squadron. I saw that, Thumper is getting a release next week. That's that rhythm game. It looks like you're, like, the silver bug-looking thing going down, like, a hallway, and there's like, different beats happening, and it uses a HD rumble, and it's supposed to be like a really cool VR game for other systems. Like I know it's on there for that, but that's got a release next week, so there's another thing to look forward to right before my birthday on the 18th.
Happy birthday to Trey.
Yeah, if you want to do something.
What your name was.
My Trey Kid Muscle Johnson. That was my
happy birthday to Trey
nickname.
Kid Muscle Johnson,
which has a birthday thing, which I'll talk about later. What about Kid Muscle? But yeah, they announced that Hallmark's going to have some Mario ornaments for Christmas. I saw those. Those look pretty cool. They have some like Mario and Luigi hitting the question blocks and some coins coming out of them. So if you're interested in that type of stuff, there's that to look forward to.
Hallmark's on board.
Yeah, Hallmark's on board with the Switch.
Hopefully we get greeting cards.
Maybe you can get a Switch that you can hang from the tree. Or you could take your own Switch and just put a hook on it and hang it from the tree. There you go. Instant Nintendo ornament. Actually, you could probably hang the little cartridges from the tree easily.
I want a great fairy for the star at the top.
Yeah.
The angel. the great fairy from Breath of the Wild, please.
Yeah, that would be pretty funny. I prefer the low poly great fairies from Ocarina of Time. That's what I would like to have on the top of my tree.
Yeah, there should be options. You should be able to get either. I think either one would be equally terrifying.
Yeah, I think the low poly one would be much more terrifying though. The apparently EA is saying that they're planning on bringing more games to the Switch, even though they've only announced FIFA 18. Somebody said they have more stuff that they're bringing over, or they're considering bringing more stuff over. Of course, which that makes sense. It's selling systems. They have a lot of shit that they could put on there. And
Yeah, I mean, I'm all about. I don't like EA in a lot of regards, but it's still good because if more people buy Switches
do you
to play EA games, then that's okay.
what is the whole hatred for EA? Is it because of like all of the like day one DLC and stuff like that, or
Yeah,
releasing crappy games every year?
They
or
were
what?
kind of the ones who really, got the DLC ball rolling and got everyone got the hatred.
Yeah, because I honestly can't remember when the last time I played an EA game. Like, I used to play some of the EA games on GameCube were pretty cool. Like, Def Jam Vendetta was an EA game, but that was that was a wrestling game. But yeah, other than that, I don't really know.
All I really played were the Madden games.
Yeah,
and,
well, yeah, I did
way back in the day.
Yeah, I did get Madden 12 for Wii U for a very low price. I think I bought it for like $7 or $8.
Hey, way to support EA, bastard!
Hey, I bought it new. I bought it new from Amazon. It was just way after. I mean, it was when I got my Wii U, and it already
EA got like 4 cents of that purchase.
Yeah, well, you know how Madden games, they drop in price like a lot whenever the new one comes out.
Yep.
And I think by the time I got the Wii U, this one was like 2 seasons before whatever they were at, so like nobody really cared anymore. Because that was the very last Madden game for Nintendo. Was that one? It was the Madden 12 Wii U. So maybe we'll see some sort of turnaround, and we'll see Madden 18 or whatever for the Switch. Should be interesting. They should try to bring it back because there hasn't been a Madden game on there for a long time.
And Madden's still alive, right?
I'm sure he is.
I mean, he's still kicking. He's still got things to say.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe the Switch is the right place for him to like really vocalize how he feels.
To vocalize how he feels about what? About
I don't know, just the
football?
world.
Yeah. If anybody will listen to you, it'll be on the Switch. That's for
Let's
sure.
get some Harry Carey, style action out of John Madden.
Yeah. I don't think he even does anything on those games anymore. I think it's just his name.
Smart. He's getting paid still.
Yeah, I don't think he's an announcer or anything. But yeah, we'll see on that. I think we already went through the releases, right? The releases for this week.
Yep.
Pretty much. Kind of light on the news, I guess.
Seems like Minecraft's getting a pretty good reception so far.
Yeah, have you did you get Minecraft? Have you bought that?
I did not. So I had a not quite as complicated problem, but for some reason I just couldn't get into the eShop the past couple of days. It would give me an error message like right as the loading animation was finishing or whatever.
Yeah, I've seen that before. Yeah,
I kept I would disconnect and reconnect, turn it off, turn it on, do the whole classic computer troubleshooting, but couldn't get it to work. So I finally got it to boot up tonight shortly before we started recording, and I just didn't know which game I wanted. I mean, do I really want to buy Minecraft for the, what is it now? I calculated it last time. I think this would be the 5th time.
Yeah, I would guess it was the 5th or 6th time.
This would be the 5th time because I have it originally I bought it for PC, which is nice. I've played it on 3 different computers. So that was a $20 investment that I've been able to play on 3 different computers. That was nice. But I bought the Pocket version on Android, but I think I got it for like 99 cents or something really cheap like that.
Yeah.
Because it was on sale.
Well,
and then I got it for Xbox 360. I bought it for the Wii U. And that one I also got it kind of cheap, but I still paid like $20 for it.
Yeah, that was my. I think that was my free game and buy 2 get 1 free Target time.
So you do own like one. We do own one common Minecraft, and so
that's the only Minecraft I have. So
the Switch version, which is $30, we were speculating about what is going to be the Nintendo tax or whatever. I'm happy it's $30. I think that's fine.
Yeah, $20.99. That's not that bad.
It didn't go up in price. That's the only thing that matters.
Yeah,
and it would piss Wii U owners off if it was cheaper. So whatever. Yeah. I think they were smart just to leave it. But if the map size is truly 9 times the size and it's portable, it's truly the best. In a lot of ways, it's the best version of Minecraft far as accessibility. But nothing will ever beat sitting in front of a high-powered computer playing it on really high settings with all the
draw
RAM
distance
you'd ever need.
Yeah,
the draw distance.
Yeah. So it wasn't completely
and
confirmed.
The mods, of course.
Was it not completely confirmed that it was like 9 times the size of the Wii U version? Because I know you said that last week, but is that not 100% fact?
Well, I haven't checked it out yet.
Oh, okay.
But
nobody had.
Supposedly, it's on par with the PS3 version.
Okay.
And that's the size that was.
But the Wii U version wasn't on par with the PS3 version.
No, the Wii U version was on par with the 360 version.
Oh, okay. But the PS3 version was better than the 360?
You know what? I'm thinking the PS4.
Oh, you mean the PS4 version, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what
I was going to say. That doesn't make any sense. Okay, so if it's on par with the PS4 version, that's good. The Switch version.
If it is. I haven't confirmed that.
Yeah.
I've only read it in comment threads. And I'm hoping it's real because it's a double whammy for Minecraft. And what the biggest weird, or rather the weirdest part is this is a Microsoft game.
Yeah.
So Microsoft is developing a game just shortly 2 months after the launch of this new console from their competitor. Maybe they're not really their competitor anymore.
Oh, I think they still are to a point. I mean, it's still as much as portable as it is. They still call it a console. Nintendo still calls it a console, the Switch. So I think it's still sort of a competitor, even though they're not really in the same power level. But I'm sure they still consider them a competitor. But I mean, Microsoft bought Minecraft, right? And isn't there supposed to be a Minecraft 2 eventually that'll be exclusive to Xbox One? Didn't I read that correctly?
I have no idea, man. That sounds like...
I thought that was the thing. And that
internet legend. And
in the meantime, they were just going to shop around the regular Minecraft to whoever while they're working on it. I don't know. I feel like I read that somewhere. If it's, if I'm incorrect.
Maybe Microsoft, or maybe Minecraft 2.0, but I don't know about 2.
Yeah, maybe I thought it was a new version that was going to be an Xbox One exclusive, which I figured since they bought it, they might as well do that. But also after they bought it was when it came to Nintendo too, so I don't know. I don't know what's going on there.
I just don't see the Minecraft formula working that way. I think it'll be incremental forever.
Yeah. You don't think there'll ever be a sequel? There'll never be one where it's less blocky?
I don't think so, man. That's the charm of the whole thing.
Yeah, it's supposed to look like a 64 game, right? Like I think I read a thing at one point that Miyamoto said that he was trying to make a game similar to that way back when.
It's supposed to look like a 64, but also with the texture of a SNES.
Yeah, I remember you said that before. Well, hopefully you get it, because if you get it, we could talk about it next week.
And you'll get it too.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know.
It's probably not that big of a download. It's probably like 40 megabytes or something like that.
What, Minecraft?
Yeah, it's a small download.
Oh, are you being sarcastic?
No, it's all procedural, so the actual download size is very small, and then it replicates itself. That's how it works.
Oh, okay.
Because it generates itself within the engine.
Oh, I figured that since it's like 9 worlds long, or 9 worlds, whatever, that it would be more than that.
Nope. It's probably... Well, let me look that up. I actually want to see, because I bet it's pretty small.
So I could actually maybe download it. I'm sure it's not 40 megs. That'd make it less than the Neo Geo game.
Yeah, you're probably right, because of all the sounds and stuff there's no way. It's 591 megabytes on the Wii U, so it's got to be at least probably close to a gig.
Oh, yeah.
It's at least half a gig, because we know the Wii U version is half a gig. We'll say that.
Sure.
So I was wrong. Too many sound files and stuff. There's no way it could have been less than that.
Well, if you check on the website, or on the eShop, it'll tell you how big it is. Speaking of which, we forgot to... I don't think we mentioned that you can finally save your credit card now on the eShop.
So now you can finally just spend to your heart's content without re-entering info each time.
Yeah, there's like a thing you can just click on that'll save your credit card info, and you can still set like a password around it if you want to, in case you have a kid that might use it, But because I remember there was an option where it's like, hey, do you want to make it so you have to put in a thing to use it? And I'm like, no, let it be, let the money flow on the Switch. So I'm really happy to see that they finally fixed that. I know I've bitched about that before.
Yeah, that was smart of them.
They finally, they need to put that on there, so now you can spend more freely. Just kind of throw out that money to that golf game that you've been wanting to get. Get some Neo Geo stuff. There's a bunch of stuff on there now.
So what do you think of this fighting game?
I think it's cool, but let's take a quick break and I'll talk about it.
All right.
So Garou, however you pronounce it. Garou Mark of the Wolves came out today. I've been messing around with it a little bit. Been playing it. It's I guess you could consider it a sequel to Fatal Fury because Terry Bogard's in there, main character from Fatal Fury. I've seen playing through these Neo Geo games. I've been seeing a lot of the characters that I recognize from Capcom versus SNK, which that was my first experience with these characters on GameCube. But Rock Howard's in there. He was in that game. But yeah, it's cool. It's animated really well. It's like another fighting type game with super moves and stuff like that. There's an interesting mechanic to it where like you can set this certain part of the bar like to where there's like a highlighted part of your HP bar that like whenever your life gets to that bar, like you get like kind of like a power up, like it makes you a little bit stronger, and you can set where that's at. Like you can put it at the beginning of your life meter, you can put it like at the middle, or you can put it at the end. That's kind of a cool extra thing on there.
Do you set that at the beginning of each match, or is that
you set it when you pick your character? Like that's however you want to fight it. But the animations are really good. The characters look really nice. I don't know where this takes place, like when this came out on the Neo Geo timeline, because like everything's kind of like, they've been releasing stuff at different times. But from what I read, they said it could be like a Fatal Fury 4, maybe. I don't know. Fatal Fury 1's on there, which I didn't get because it's not my favorite. I played for one thing, I already have it. I already had it on Wii on Virtual Console. I actually have two versions of it. I have that, and I have it on a SNK collection that I have for Wii. But it has like a two level mode too, where you can jump from like the background to the foreground, like while you're fighting, which is kind of a weird mechanic, which thankfully they didn't use for anything else. But yeah, this one works really well. It's there's like these cool animations that it shows of like whatever level you're going to, so there'll be like a little introduction thing. Like there's this one girl that you fight that's like a pirate, and you see like it'll show like the ship on the water, and it'll see the ship like come out of the water. And like it'll get like tangled in this clothesline and all that, and it shows like this pirate ship like comes up under the ship and like maroons it on that. There's like cool little animations before you fight guys. Plus there's like a whole ending part that's like partially animated and all that. I guess the last guy is like he's related to like Geese's ex-wife or something like that. Like Geese was the original bad guy from Fatal Fury.
Are there a lot of like voice samples and stuff in it?
Well, yeah. I mean, there's like it's all in Japanese, but yeah, there's people grunting and talking or whatever. But there's not actual. I mean, they don't actually like voice act the ending of it, but there's some animation to it. I like how the last guy's name is Grant. I think that's funny. I always think it's funny when like the last guy of the game has like a normal name. Like in Street Fighter 4, the last guy was Seth. It's like you go through the whole game and you fight Mike. It's like what?
I mean, that was Mike Tyson's Punch Out.
Yeah, but I mean that's Mike Tyson. But it's like I always think that's funny. Instead of like fighting like Shang Tsung or like some sort of weird Mortal Kombat name, Goro. It's just like Bert. Like it's okay. I think Seth was the best. That was like because he didn't look like he was like this crazy looking two-toned guy, that has these crazy powers, but his name's Seth. He's not called like the Destructor or something like that.
He chose not to have a superhero name or a supervillain name.
Yeah.
He's like, just call me by my real name.
Yeah. Seth. But it's totally worth checking out if you like fighting games like I do. I think it's up there. Like for all the Neo Geo stuff that I've gotten, I think my favorites are this one, the King of Fighters, and Waku Waku. Are probably my favorites.
Where did the Neo Geo sit? Like, was it something close to 32-bit?
Neo Geo? I guess it must have been, right? Because it was it came out as the system came out as like an arcade perfect, so they can make arcade perfect ports of like their machines that were out. So it was definitely high end Super Nintendo, like way. Because there were ports of Neo Geo stuff on Super Nintendo.
Like they were always crap.
Like I know like Fatal Fury and like Art of Fighting was on there and World Heroes.
There was Samurai Showdown.
And Samurai Showdown also. But it never looked as good as it did. So yeah, I would say it had to be like somewhere close to 32-bit. Like just with how fluid the animation was and how big the sprites were and like the backgrounds and stuff like that. But I think the idea was just of, being able to bring the arcade experience home, And at that time, like the system was like $600 and the games were like $200. And they were like arcade quality they're like arcade games, you know. So you buy a $200 game and you beat it in like 10 minutes, you know, or like 20 minutes or whatever. And it's like, okay. I mean, but I guess the idea is like, well, with the fighting games, you can keep going through them over and over again, like try to, you know, figure out the guy's moves and all that.
So I guess it was marketed as a 24-bit console.
Oh, 24? Wow, that's a number that you don't normally hear for those.
But it was technically, it was a parallel processor with a 16 and a 32-bit coprocessor or something like that.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, that's really complicated. I don't understand it. So I don't know what, you take 18 and 16 and add them up. Or, yeah.
16.
No, I don't.
16 to 24, that's 8. That's 8 bits in between, right? Yeah. So, I don't know. But yeah, that game's cool.
But whatever, it was something, it definitely looks like it's in between the Super Nintendo and the PlayStation.
Yeah, for sure. For my birthday, for an early birthday present, I got a copy of Ultimate Muscle on GameCube. So I was playing that last night. That game's really cool, actually. If you were ever a fan of the old wrestling games on 64, or you know, it played either of the Def Jam games for GameCube, it's similar to that. It's just a lot quicker, and you can jump now, and you can jump with this one. And I know we mentioned this before because the demo that you gave me, like the special demo that you got from Mario Kart, had this game on there. And that was the first time that I played it. And it had that cool Kinnikuman song on there, which I put at the end of our GameCube episode that we did.
So you've never owned it before? No?
No, I never owned it. I always had the demo. I mean, I've been looking into getting it, but it's kind of pricey. But
and you got it.
And I got it. And it's it's based on an anime by an Ultimate Muscle anime, and it's voice acted, fully voice acted. There's a story modes for each of the characters, and pretty much if you beat the story mode with all the characters that are on there, you unlock an additional set of characters. So, like, you beat it with one guy, you get another guy. You beat it with another guy, you get another guy.
What's the graphical style of it? Is it just kind of a cartoony-looking game?
It's cell-shaded for sure.
Oh, it's cell-shaded. Cool.
Yeah, it looks cell-shaded. Like, it looks really pretty. Like, look it up online sometime. Like, it's a really nice looking game. Like, they make it look extra cartoony. You know, they have like super moves that they do. You know, that are all these like crazy outlandish wrestling moves that aren't possible. But you can go in there and make your own wrestlers. Like, I made a guy called like the Destructorminator number 8 or something like that. He has like the most ridiculous name ever. But you can make up names for your special move and stuff where you just like it gives you like a list of words for you to put together so the announcers can say it. You know, so you can say like the Red Rain of Domination or something like that. Like, you can make some weird wrestling name for your move. Like, I think mine was called like Crimson Hawk Rain or something like that. It was like something that didn't make any sense.
What's the name of the game again? It's Legends versus New Generation?
Yeah, Ultimate Muscle Legends versus New Generation.
Did you see who wrote the original review on IGN?
The Kinnikuman Legacy. No, I did not look at the original review. Was it Pear?
Nope.
Matt Casamassina?
Matt Casamassina.
What did he say about it?
I haven't looked yet.
Yeah.
Well, he got a 7 points.
7.7? 7.9? Oh,
7.8.
7.8, all right. So basically an 8. I think it's a good game. It's a lot of fun. I mean, I guess if you're comparing it to the 64 games, there may not be as many options on there, but it has a really cool create a wrestler thing on there. It's just too bad that you can't take your create a wrestler and go through the story mode with him, which I guess it wouldn't, because it's all voice acted and all that, and all the story modes are about that particular character. But from what I gathered, I played through 2 of the story modes last night, and from what I gathered, most of it is all about the kids of older wrestlers, like trying to make their way in the wrestling world. Is the basis of the story. Because like I played as my namesake from earlier, I played as Kid Muscle, which as you go through the game, you get to fight King Muscle, which is his father, and then you unlock King Muscle for story mode after you beat him. And there's a guy named Terry Kenyon, and he unlocks Terry Man, which is like his dad. So like I think like every character you go through and fight your own dad, and then you unlock the legends, and then you can do their story modes. But yeah, if you like those old classic wrestling games, it's totally worth checking out. I was thinking about writing an article about it. Actually, I wanted to write a little piece I was just going to write a thing about Aki, like whatever happened to Aki, the Aki developer. They did all those great 64 games. They did like WCW versus NWO World Tour, Revenge, WrestleMania 2000. And then they did like Def Jam and Def Jam Vendetta and Def Jam Fight for New York, and then they did Ultimate Muscle. And then there was one more Def Jam game on 360, and I think that one bombed, and then I never saw them again. So I was wondering, like, maybe if the developers had like broken off and done other things, or if they just kind of went under. I don't know. But yeah, look for that on our website. Hopefully, I'll be able to post it eventually.
We're gonna start doing articles eventually.
Yeah, I'd like to start writing stuff. So that was something I was thinking about doing. Is there any games that you've been playing this week that you want to talk about?
Not really. I've been grinding on Mario Kart. And,
yeah.
I've still been playing Zelda.
How's the Mario Kart going? Have you been doing well on the internets?
Not so much.
Have you been playing online?
I haven't been playing online much. Mostly, I'm just I want all my trophies back.
Oh,
so
for sure.
I'm about halfway through 100cc. I went all the way through 50, even though it was boring as fuck.
Yeah, no, 50 is so boring.
And now I'm going through 100 and plan on going all the way through as much as I can. Yeah, and unlocking things for the online mode. It's fun though. I mean,
do you have Gold Mario yet? How do you get him? Do you just get? I take it you probably get golds on everything.
Yeah, I think you have to do something like that.
Yeah,
and then Gold Mario is just sort of like to show off to everybody that you unlocked him.
Yeah, like you can get like gold tires and like a gold whatever what do you call it? The glider. The thing that your parachute or whatever comes out of your Mario Kart. You can get gold versions of that. I remember in the original game, if you got it was like the highest thing that you would get, like for coin amounts that you get on the courses.
Yeah, I think I'll have a lot more fun with this game once I have some friends to play it with, because I can play online, but it'd be more fun to play with people I know.
Yeah, well, you can always try getting people from the voice chat thing.
That's true.
Or if you own a Switch and you listen to our podcast, why don't you email us at NintenDomain@gmail.com, NintenDomainPodcast@gmail.com, and send Jeremy your friend code so you guys can play online and talk about the show or whatever else,
and annihilate each other in racing matches.
Yeah, have you haven't tried any of the tournament stuff? I know there's like an IGN tournament on there now.
I haven't.
You haven't
do you just do you just log in to tournaments? Is that how that works?
I think it's I think there's a code that you put in to find it. Like it's a room that you go to.
Oh.
Did you ever play any of the tournaments? Or did you ever have the Mario Golf game on 3DS? The Mario Golf World Tour game? Because there was a thing where you could, like, I played some tournaments on there with IGN, and you would just put in a code, and it would look up and then it will take you to the tournament, and then you can compete with whoever's on there. Or like for golf, you could kind of just play whenever, and it would put your score with whatever people had already gotten. It would show like how well you've done. But yeah, it's they on their podcast they said a couple whatever the codes were last week. But yeah, I'm sure you can find some of that stuff out. That's like the one thing I would be doing if I had the game, would be playing some tournaments against stuff.
Well, I've definitely been reacclimated with the courses. I've played enough to sort of know what I'm doing and figure out the best balance of each element of the kart with my play style. Optimizing my racing experience. So yeah. I'm getting back to being comfortable with that. But it's been so long since I really played the Wii U version, and I really especially felt humbled when I tried to play it at the Midwest Gaming Classic for the tournament.
Oh yeah, but we did better on that than we did on the Super Nintendo game, I think, on Super Mario Kart.
That's true. I was also really embarrassed by my Mario Kart original performance.
Yeah, well, it's hard. I mean, especially like because they use the heavier characters because they have a higher top speed, but it's really difficult, I think, to get I think it's really difficult.
I definitely want to plan ahead next time.
It's really difficult to get a good score with that. I think with those big heavy guys, it's better. You just got to start with the light guys and work up from there. Those guys who are playing that, they're obviously seasoned people that are into it. How is Zelda going? You haven't grown bored of it now that you've beaten it?
Well, I'm playing smaller periods of time when I do play, but I'm just trying to go round out. I've been going back to the shrines and getting the treasures that I missed. That's one thing I've been doing. And then
what is your shrine count out now?
I think I'm at 88.
Yeah. So you're not even 100 yet?
No.
I mean, there's so many of them. Yeah, I don't know where I'm at
What I was doing most recently was just exploring around Hyrule Castle a bit more, and like just killing off a bunch more guardians. So it's kind of fun. It's still fun to go like fight guardians, like because they're still kind of hard.
Yeah,
I did like outsmart them.
I did go kill some of them. I mean, I don't have any of the guardian armor, but I did go fight some of them last time I played, and I just kind of went in there and killed like 2 or 3 of them, just with the master sword being extra strong.
Yeah, that helps a lot.
So, but yeah, I have so much other stuff set up now that I've been distracted. Did you?
Which is never a bad problem. It's just part of being well gamed.
Yeah, it's just
you have your whole retro station. Are you playing Genesis still?
I haven't played Genesis lately. I mean, I've been playing Blast Corps still. Like I played a lot of that last weekend. Which did you ever get a copy of that? I
did. I got Blast Corps in the mail 2 days ago.
Oh, okay. Have you tooled around with it?
I fooled around with it. I played the first level all the way through.
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad I have a memory pack now because it requires one.
Oh yeah, in order to save. I thought you could go through it the first time on the actual cart.
Maybe it just automatically went to that since I had it connected.
Yeah, it does because I remember I borrowed my friend Caleb's copy of it, and I borrowed his copy of the game, and I went through it, and all of the levels were already beaten, and I couldn't figure out how to there was no way to start a new game if you didn't have a memory card. So because you can just play it off the cart, but that just automatically saves to it. But I couldn't figure out a way to I didn't want to delete it, but I couldn't find a way to start a new game, without fully deleting everything on the game that he had already done. So, and if you already go through there and unlock everything, there's not really anything to do. So I borrowed it from him, and I was just driving around on the courses, and everything's destroyed. It's everything's all open and empty. That's what happened to me on that. But I'm surprised you haven't played it longer. I don't know. You get promotions every once in a while. I think I've gone through 5 or 6 promotions, and I know it said that I'm on the medium set of levels. Because, whenever you beat, a certain amount of levels, it'll be oh, you're on to the next difficulty set of levels. But it hasn't gotten to the point where it's, annoyingly hard yet or anything like that to me. So I'm still having fun with it.
Well, like I said, I just got it a couple of days ago, and I've only played the first level. So I'm not really sure what to expect, but it's hooked up. It's ready to rock. My 64 is... all I have to do is turn it on, switch to component, and I can play that game.
Cool. Well, you definitely should. It's a fun game.
One thing I haven't been able to play.
What's that?
My Virtual Boy.
Oh no!
I thought I fixed it.
Yeah, the one you cooked it, and then you cooked it and made it work, and
I baked
now it doesn't. Yeah, we talked about that last week or week
and
before.
It worked. I swear it worked. So I really, really wanted to play Wario.
Yeah. Well, Wario is the best one for that game, or for that system. Best game for that
system. And especially
system.
after talking about it during that episode, I really wanted to play Wario Land. So I've been searching for it. I had misplaced it. I put it in the wrong place. It wasn't in with the right games. It was with my Super Nintendo games. But I found it, and so I threw it into the Virtual Boy and booted it up, and it looked okay for about 10 seconds, and then the right eyepiece stopped working.
Oh no! Do you think it? I mean, do you think it was because of baking it?
I don't think the baking it. I don't think the baking it broke it because that's what was wrong originally. I think that the baking method only works really temporarily. It said online that it was a temporary fix. This is 2 or 3 weeks. It may have gotten kind of humid in here in the office area of my house. We don't have air conditioning on. It's been pretty rainy and stuff. So I don't know. Maybe that has something to do with it.
I don't think that would have. I don't know. I don't think that would have made one of the eyepieces go out, but you never know.
Well, if it's that the glue came detached again, maybe I just didn't leave it in the oven long enough last time.
Yeah. Well, you have 2, right? 2 Virtual Boys.
Oh, the Virtual Boy journey is not done yet. I was just really disappointed because I had played Red Alarm for quite a while.
Yeah.
The other day, and was really digging it and really kind of getting into it and thinking, this game had good intentions.
Sure.
Maybe we'll have an episode about it eventually because I think it's a game worth playing all the way through.
I think I had Red Alarm. I mean, I'll have to look. Well, mine, I don't know what the state of my Virtual Boy is in. Last time I checked, it was only using one as well, so one eyepiece. But yeah, no, I definitely would like to get into that. At some point, we could do a Virtual Boy episode.
But I'm definitely disappointed that I can't play Wario because that's all I wanted to play when I got it to work originally. I'm like, fuck yes, I can play Wario again. And I couldn't find the cartridge.
It is the best
game. I played every game. Well, I didn't play Vertical Force. I didn't play Mario Tennis. Of course. Oh. I wanted to play the ones I really like. They really use the 3D effect. So I went for like Totoro Boxer and Red Alarm.
Yeah.
And then WarioWare was just a nice aside. Or Wario Land, rather. There was not a WarioWare game. It would have been crazy.
They should go back and make one, though.
I mean, maybe. Someone could homebrew it. There is a homebrew cartridge you can buy. It's not cheap.
Of Virtual Boy games?
Well, what it is it's a blank cartridge for the Virtual Boy that you can put shit on.
Oh, wow.
So you can put games people made for the Virtual Boy onto it. So homebrew shit.
So, but it's all still red and it's all still like shades of red, right?
Oh, it's all red and black.
Yeah. There's not like a crazy color one that you can do?
No. The actual Virtual Boy, it's a bunch of like spinning LEDs that are all red. So that's the only color it can be.
Oh, yeah. That's cool. Well, more. We will add more to the Virtual Boy journey as we go.
Yeah, for now it's
yeah. It's dead.
It's dead.
Yeah. I've been playing a game which I think is somewhat Nintendo related because I heard an interview with one of the developers saying that they were hoping to get it on Switch at some point. But it's a game that's at this point is only out for Steam and PS4 and Vita, I think. But it's a game called Cosmic Star Heroine. Have you heard of that game?
Not before today.
Yeah. It's like a 16-bit RPG. It's very much based on Chrono Trigger, so it looks a lot like Chrono Trigger when you play it. All the battles are seamless. They do the same thing, where it's like where you fight like on the map. There's no like map battle screen, and there's like 3 or 4 characters that all kind of walk next to each other. The way they run, it looks a lot like Chrono Trigger to me. But there's some really cool like.
Do they have like the attacks that use more than one character?
I haven't gotten that far yet. I've played, I don't know, I think I've put maybe 5 hours into it, so I haven't played it a whole lot. But I haven't gotten to any sort of co-op attacks yet.
Right, the dual and triple techs were introduced pretty early in.
Yeah. Yeah, so I don't know. I hope that they do get to something like that. But this one, it works a little bit different. Like it's, like you use a move, like there's certain moves you can only use once, and then you kind of have to do like a rest, and then you have to do like a rest move, and then they come back, like that type of thing. So it's like there's you can use your regular attack multiple times, but if you do like another special, you have to take a rest turn, and then it'll come back, and then you can use it again. So there's stuff like that where you kind of have to wage how you're going to do it. There's also like stuff where you have like a style meter, I guess, like a style percentage, and if it gets up to a certain point, like death moves like won't fully kill you. Like you'll be alive with like a negative amount of health. And you can heal yourself if you do it like before the next turn. So there's stuff like that in there to help you try to keep yourself alive. But I've been having fun with it.
Wow.
I like the 2D 16-bit style of it a lot. It's a cool game to play. It's like I think it's like $15 on PS4. It's I kind of bought it after I got the.
Yeah, it's on Steam.
It should be on Steam. Yeah, I think so. I mean, I think everything's on Steam. I think I kind of figured it was on there. See if you can find it. But yeah, it's totally worth playing. But I mean, I have, like I said, I listened to an interview with him on another podcast with one of the main guys, and he said that they really want to get it on Switch. They just need to get. They've been trying to contact Nintendo about it, and they haven't really gotten fully through to it. But it could be a potential game later. So
how do you spell it?
Cosmic Star Heroine. And it's not a drug game. It's about a female hero. There's a lot of female characters in it, which is pretty cool. But your main character is a female, thus heroine.
Yep, it's on here.
Yeah.
For $15.
Yeah, $15. So you should check that out if you have a chance. I think it's a fun, if you're looking to play some old school RPGs, which I'm always into that. It's worth looking at.
My computer's been missing me since I got the Switch.
Yeah. You could try that out. But yeah, that's what I've been playing for the week. It's kind of a shorter episode here. Not a whole lot going on. Hopefully we'll have a bigger one next week. Is there anything else you want to say for this?
Not really. Nope.
Just that we hope that your Virtual Boy will be working again in the future.
We do. We said this was the sexiest episode, but I think it's the saddest episode now that I really think about it.
It was. Yeah, we got into no sexiness for episode 69.
It was sort of like you like I resurrected him and then he died again immediately.
Resurrected who?
My virtual boy.
Yeah. Well, you got some time with Red Alarm before it went out, so I think you got to cook it longer next time or something.
I just need to find a better solution. There is like permanent fixes that are a little more complex.
Can you use like a glue gun or something for it?
No, you have to solder shit.
You got to get into that soldering.
Yeah.
That's what it's saying. Get to work.
I got to learn that.
You got to get to learning that soldering.
Got to learn that soldering.
Yeah. Well, all right. Thanks for listening to us, to our episode 69, our sad death of Virtual Boy episode. Give us a review on iTunes if you can. If you still like us after this episode. You can find our stuff at NintenDomainPodcast.com. We have a YouTube site, YouTube/NintenDomain Podcast. Send us an email, NintenDomainPodcast@gmail.com. And I have a sister podcast also called The Honey Darling Show, where my girlfriend and I spoil movies. We just did a Guardians of the Galaxy 2 episode, so give that a download if you want to hear us talk about comic book movies and stuff like that. We've been your hosts. I'm Trey Johnson.
Oh, hey, and I wanted to mention that Hair of the Dogcast, we mentioned them on a previous episode. They gave us kind of a shout out in their episode, in episode 22.
Yeah, didn't they call us like NintenDomain or something like that?
They call us NintenDomination.
Yeah.
You know.
Which could have been our name, but it's not.
But I still thought I'd give them a shout because that was kind of cool. But
have you
some dudes we met at the Midwest Gaming Classic.
Have you tweeted at them yet?
No, I haven't. I think I will, but I just thought I'd mention it today.
Yeah. Thanks for mentioning us. We should definitely tweet at them. I always tweet these episodes whenever they come out. So if you want to, know when they'll be released, look at Nintendo_domain on Twitter. And I tweeted the last one and hashtag Kamiko because we talked about that game. And the same developer, liked that post. So
thanks, Dev.
So if you want him to like stuff, just hashtag Kamiko, I guess. Hopefully,
see if it works.
Hopefully, he listened to it. But yeah, this has been our episode.
Episode 69.
Yeah, we'll catch you next week for episode 70, where hopefully we get into some Minecraft stuff or some other things.
And maybe E3 speculation.
And maybe more E3 stuff. Anyway, thanks for listening. See you next time.
See ya. Go,
その地平には数々のドラマと嵐を呼ぶ敵を牙が待ち受けているだろう傷ついて倒れそうな時には遠い日の希望胸に抱く知れて全ては分厚いマスターお前のキャラその奥流れているのさ愛される強さ叫び返せハウスマスターお前の背にかかる期待に筋肉マンにせるよ落ちないワンケーツズガガンガガンガンズババンババンバン
If they could talk to Nintendo about it. So that was a game that I've been playing.
Talk to Nintendo?
What?